Hello! Welcome to my Psychic Zodiac tribe. I hope you're all well, and thank you for once again joining in for your Zodiac Wheel reading for November 2019. Well, we're on the home stretch now to 2020, and what a year it's been. It hasn't finished yet. Of course, this is November, and we've learned a lot through it out of all these energies, and a lot of you, I feel, have noticed that we seem to be travelling at warp speed. Well, yes, in a lot of ways that's actually quite true. The acceleration has moved up a gear. And with that, we have also been experiencing the Pluto-Saturn conjunction in Capricorn, as well as the stelliums that have been taking place in Capricorn at the beginning of the year, and we've got another one coming at the end of the year. So there's a bit of an acceleration with that, a quickening. Testings, initiations. So keeping in mind that the Capricorn energy is one that does govern the serious side of things, and I have felt that this year has been a bit serious at times, so I'm sure there's those of you that can relate to that. Now this month I'm focusing on each sign's frequency to give you a general reading and a guide for your sun sign, rising sign and moon sign. So I will delve into the different doorways of each zodiac house and share the message I find there with you. Now this will reveal aspects of your career, your health, friendship, debt, love, family, and then following the zodiac spread is your confirmation card with this month's animal totem, which I use the beautiful animal cards here. They're very gorgeous, lots of lovely helpful information, and I'd like to also welcome any of you new viewers, and just to let you know, this is a general reading for the collective, but please do join our tribe and become a member of our community by clicking on that subscribe button there. So hello. Now Pisces, welcome to your November Zodiac Wheel reading. I do hope you are all well and ready to see what is going to be revealed for you, Pisces, for November 2019. Okay, I will center now. Focusing on the Pisces frequency. I invite Great Spirit, the angels and my guides to join me in this reading for Pisces. Thank you for any messages that come through in this reading for Pisces' highest good and for the good of all concerned. What messages do you have for Pisces for November 2019, please? you. We'll start with that and keep going then. So here you have the Death card, which is an interesting card to have there at the first house area of the zodiac wheel. I'm hearing that change is coming. Oh, what's the matter, Cobes? Sorry. Yes, change is coming. And these changes that are taking place here through November may unsettle you a little bit. But they're telling me that you've been wanting the change. It's funny, isn't it? We want certain things to change, and then when they do, we want it to stop or hold up or wait a minute. You know, I don't want it to happen that fast. Yeah. So again, it's with the Death card, it's letting go of old outworn ways, which has been a bit of the theme right through 2019 really, is learning how to not define ourselves by our past. And that's not to say that the past wasn't relevant or isn't relevant, but it's not happening now. Even though there are cases where you may feel that history is repeating itself, it's still a different set of circumstances. So the Death card is like, you know, grieving the change so it can rest in peace, and embracing the new cycle, the new era. Now, and that could even be, you know, you may be transforming the way you look as well. Like it might be your appearance that you're changing up and finding that new you, that new look, revamping. Okay, now there's good fortune with this change because you have the Wheel of Fortune. So even if it does require you to take an empty-handed leap into the void, this is saying, have faith. The Wheel of Fortune is having its turn. The wheel is turning in your favour. And again, it's about the cycles of time. The wheel is about the cycles. We've got all the cycles here: winter, autumn, spring, summer. So being more in touch, I think, within yourself, Pisces, of cycles and the changing of each cycle. And there's a cycle within a cycle. With, you know, with Pisces, you have your ruling planet in Pisces, which is Neptune. So for a lot of you, that is affecting your first house. So you may be a little bit more vague in your self-expression. And you could find that others want you to clarify yourself more often too. Now, with the Knight of Wands being there, the Knight of Wands is there in your area of short distance travel, siblings, that kind of thing, neighbourhoods. This is the card of movement. May find some of you Pisceans are moving neighbourhoods, or someone is moving into your neighbourhood or moving closer to you. Whichever way, things are moving. There's even movement in how you how you thinking a bit quicker. So you're really on the ball. So you're able to engage in a bit of friendly banter a little bit more. So quick-witted. Which also is the Uranus energy, but this is backing it up with this Knight of Wands. And it's letting you know with some of your original ideas to take action with them and put them in action. There's also media connotations here with this third house area as well. So some of you may be actually spending some more time writing your memoirs, for example, which maybe only family members might want to read, but jot it down anyway. Others of you may find that you get published or go to air. So there's a lot of movement with communication and that area of your life. I also am hear from my guides that you could be looking into a new area to study. And this Two of Wands here in the base of the wheel in your fourth house, family orientated area, or your home, is the Two of Wands, and that's also a bit of a study card. It's also saying that even though you've got a choice of two different directions, you still have to do one thing at a time, and you have to wait for the vine to grow in the direction that is the most strongest pull for you. If you are studying, there could be a home study involved with this also. Now we have the Eight of Cups. In the area of fun, matters of the heart, children, there is a strong emotional bond there being shown to me, but some of you may be actually having to farewell one of your children, like they may be going off to university, or have to go away somewhere. There's comings and goings. You know, there may be some Pisceans watching where you're getting to a stage where you're going to find your nest is empty. And even though there's joy in that, there's also a sense of loss, but you're not really losing. So nothing lost and nothing gained kind of feeling. So yeah, that's sort of a bit of a mixed emotions influence there. And it really does want you to, you know, embrace your hobbies or your study and your learning. This could also be affecting a relationship where, or matters of the heart, where you have to let that person follow their own true path. So you know, even though you may not want them to be going and doing whatever it is they need to do, you can't block someone's progress if they're following their true path. So that's the influence there with that. Now, in the area of work and health, you have the Star. Now, oh no, that's the Judgment card, sorry. Now, she is feeling that she can see the light, as well as being under the spotlight. So with work, you are under the spotlight. So there are those of you that may be aware of it, others may not, but you are being watched, and there is going to be a judgment made on you with regards to your work ethic or work colleagues. It may be your colleagues that are keeping an eye on you. So just be aware that everything you're doing is being watched. You're not, even if you do work on your own, maybe maybe people have got cameras or something set up. But I feel that you're going to, you know, come through with flying colours if you're being judged. So stay calm, heads down, butts up, and, you know, put in a bit of elbow grease. And I think that, yeah, you'll shine like a star. Now, judgment is also letting me know here that the influence it has here in the area of health and well-being is taking some more time and notice of your health and well-being, and using that wonderful power that we have within us all of learning and understanding that we are our own healers, and we can assist in healing any ailments we may have. It's certainly not the only way to do it, and it's not the only option available to us, but it does go a long way. So I feel that there's those Pisceans out there that will be really working on that side of their health and well-being, and practicing mindful use of thoughts, because what you think is what you get. And the healing energy that we all can tap into is being shown here as presenting itself to you. Once you start using it, you will sort of be like, oh, is that my imagination, or do I actually, that part of my body actually feel better now I've been focusing the healing rays of light into it? That kind of energy, that kind of thought process. Amazing stuff. Here in partnerships, we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is one of wisdom. It's a Virgo influence, which makes sense when Pisces is the first house and Virgo is here in the 7th house. Now, even for those of you in a relationship or a business partnership, it's showing me that this part of the journey you need to travel alone and trust your inner light. You have a bounty of wisdom of which to draw from, and it will go a long way to helping you make the right decisions and helping you find the right advice. Now here I'm being shown with the Four of Pentacles that there's a need to hold on to your money. So don't fritter it away. No spend thrifting. You need to, make sure you've got a little bit tucked away for a rainy day. And this is also being a very stable card, the number 4. So finding your own stability and being quite happy with your ability to use your resources well. So there's good news there, especially with the Wheel of Fortune being over here in the 2nd house, which is the polar opposite of how you earn your money and your morals and your values, as is in the opposite to how you should spend it or what other people's influence is. So if you're getting financial advice, I feel that maybe you'll be told not yet. Just hold on a little bit longer. Reconnections with past. It's also the nostalgia. So this could be someone overseas that you're in contact with and you have a really lovely rendezvous with them, or you could find yourself just, talking about old times and feeling very comforted by that. So that's an interesting thing there, influencing the area of long distance travel, higher learning, and one of the enlightened houses. And I do feel that there is, for some of you, travel over water. And if either someone's coming to you or you're going to them, there's news from faraway places. This is also showing me that it will be sooner than you think. Or maybe there are those of you that already know when that journey is going to take place. But it's coming for you very soon. And it could, I feel too with this that there's that element with it of if you're going to be studying or joining in some form of higher education or higher learning, you may actually either meet someone who reminds you of someone from the past, or you bump into someone from the past, because it's definitely about nostalgia, or going back to, you know, where you lived, which might be far away from where you live now. So that's what I'm being shown here, influencing you there. Now, in the career zenith of our wheel, you have some good news coming with the Page of Cups there, Pisces. News of love. So I think you're going to pass whatever this test is that you're being presented with here in your working life, because you've got good news. Hopes and wishes area, 9 of Pentacles. That's that's the green thumb card. So being contented and financial contentment as well. So that's a really good card. You're manifesting some wonderful financial security for your future here through November. I feel that you've been doing it all along, but through November some sort of decision has been made that you hadn't actually set in stone. And this is also a financial boost being shown here, and it's a wish fulfilled. So that's really lovely position to have that. And then we have the Aries energy with the Emperor, and the Emperor is wanting you to lift your game, really. And it's conscious living is the 12th house. I feel that this is letting you know that's the area that you need to lift your game. And I do feel that you really will be doing that, because you're embarking on learning something new as well. So you'll be learning new techniques, new skills. You know, the seed has already been planted in your mind's eye. So out of it, you can become the leader and the head of that new endeavour. Some of you may even be looking for financial backing with that 4 of Pentacles over there. If you are looking for financial backing, I do feel that it will come. You may just find you have to communicate with a few different financial institutions. But yes, this is the leadership. Now, remembering that true leaders don't always be the ones that boss people around. They also lead by example and make sure they cross all their dot all their I's and cross all their T's. Now, I will ask my divine direction cards. Are they? Now, they are full of wonderful divine inspiration. So I'm going to focus on this area of where the 8 of Cups is, where there's no loss but no gain, and you know, the matters of the heart, and the potential of empty nesters, someone having to let go, but not losing everything in the process, because that change is really hanging around you. It's if it hasn't already taken place, it's about to. So from here through into the new year, I feel, you know, not necessarily that it's a bumpy ride, but it's certainly got a lot of curves. So what message does Divine have for Pisces in the area of matters of the heart, fun, entertainment, hobbies, and love given? What messages do you have about children for Pisceans as well? Alright. So we have balance. I hope you can see that. Oh, where were we? There we go. Balance. So it's time to find balance in your life. What is most important to you? Okay, so this is going to actually bring about balance, that letting go, which it shows up here that there's a letting go too with the changes that are coming. So there's still more for you to purge, still more for you to release, and more cords to cut. It may be the same cords as what you've cut before, but you really have to cut them again and not let your boundaries be walked over, okay? Because you have a desire up here to understand the world, which Venus in the 9th house is also shining a light there. And the Venus energy will give you a better attitude towards study and learning. And wanting to have a bit of an adventure as well. Jupiter is in the 10th house, so that's your profession and public life, as we know, and your desire to really discover the meaning of life. There could also be, this page of cups here could also be public recognition for something. Okay, and Saturn is still in Capricorn. That's affecting your 11th house. But your 11th house is showing me here the influence with the 9 of Pentacles. It is showing me that you are manifesting some of the material wishes that you've always wanted. So when that's happening, I often feel that to take stock and just see that where you are now in life, and do you have the things or the situations being presented to you in life now that you've always wished for, or do you that were your old wishes before you got here? How, really spend some time going within and digging deep and seeing, a lot of the things that you did wish for, might have been 20 years ago, have actually come true, okay, and you have achieved them, and you've been able to manifest that in your life. Now Mars here in the 8th house is again letting you know that you could be finding that you've got a joint venture. So there's somebody that you're going to be discussing your financial ventures with. For you Pisces, on the 6th of November, the moon enters Pisces. So that's a good time for you to slow down a bit, Pay attention to some of the subtle areas of your life. Trust your intuition. It's good for that spiritual enlightenment and growing spiritually, going within, trusting your wisdom. So the full moon is on the 12th of November and the new moon in Sagittarius is on the 27th of November. Okay, so keep those dates in mind too. Mercury is retrograde until the 20th of November, then it goes direct. And being retrograde in Scorpio is what is requiring us to dig deep. And that's also definitely the Hermit influence, digging deep for inner wisdom, and the Death card influence of digging deep to bring on the new, fresh dawn. And again, I'm being told by Spirit that you're focusing more on your health and well-being and appearance and just taking a bit better care of yourself, Pisces. Finding the time to do that. You've got support here. There's no one actually trying to undermine you or get in your way, even though you are being judged. But that could be because you're going to be moving, you know, they want to see whether or not you're ready for the next, to go up the next level. So I'll just ask here with the animal medicine cards, what message in the confirmation reading do you have for Pisces for November 2019? Well, I'll take those four for you, Pisces. So firstly, we have dolphin medicine. Can you see that? Prince of Spring. So dolphin medicine is saying an opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing you can't handle if you follow your inner guidance, which is that Hermit. Then we have the Princess of Spring, which is the monarch butterfly. The monarch butterfly, create opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broaden horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. Lovely. Oh, okay. Sorry. Spirit's just reminded me I didn't read the... Okay, so the Prince of Spring, the key words there are passion, charismatic, confident, restless. But there is that restless energy around for all of us to deal with at the moment too. So the Princess of Spring is energetic, outgoing, optimistic and creative. Then we have the Four of Autumn, the squirrel energy. So squirrel medicine is saying be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things black and white. Consider, for example, whatever you are spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building walls to keep the people out. So you still have to have your boundaries and not letting people walk all over you. Awakening is the giraffe medicine. And giraffe's medicine is look at things in a different way and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted. Temporary things will soon start moving again. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. Things will start moving again. Okay. Yeah, there's a big sign of movement and change in your zodiac wheel this month, Pisces. So I do feel that the changes that you have been working towards are coming. And finding that time for yourself and making sure people don't push your boundaries. Balance is what you're striving for here. But there's good news with your career that's going to really lift your spirits. Okay, well thank you so much, Pisces, for joining me. Thank you for letting me read for you. If this is resonating with you through November, you can contact me. The details I have left there in the description box. And I will be back again with the December reading and our rundown to 2020. How exciting. So thank you so much, Pisces. Much love and many blessings to you all. Namaste.